Thank y'all for tuning in to a special Friday edition of the Allen Powell Show. A big trade happened last night, and we have to address it and talk about it in depth. So without further ado, I want to know what y'all think about the trade. What does this mean for the quarterback situation with the Bears? It's a lot going on, so we got to discuss it. Come in with your hot takes, your comments, post your comments. We're going to talk about those comments, and let's get ready to lock and load, people.
We lock and load, Allen Powell. It's the Allen Powell Show. Yeah. But we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powell Show. Yeah. But we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powell Show. Yeah. But we lock and load. It's the Allen Powell Show. Yeah. But we lock and load. Come on. Yeah.
Thank y'all for tuning in to a special Friday edition. A big trade happened last night. Keenan Allen to the Bears for a fourth-round draft pick. And I got my boy coming back for this special edition, Mr. Brian Morgan in the building. Thank you, brother. He ran and put the Bears jersey on. I can feel the from the jersey. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
When the trade came through, man, what were your initial thoughts when you seen the news, Keenan Allen to the Bears for a fourth rounder?
You know what? Initially, I'm gonna be honest. I was like, You know, I was kind of caught off guard. I wasn't expecting it, so I almost thought it was false news. But when I found out that it was true, man, I couldn't help but be excited and happy for the opportunity to actually put a talented offensive team on the field. And you know, he's an amazing player. So yeah, excitement, filled with excitement, and just what the possibilities could be with this offense with something like that on the field.
We got a comment coming on one of the Facebook pages. Aaron Janowski says, whoever the quarterback is, they got some weapons now. Best receiver core I can remember. That's a great comment. So let's talk about the wide receiver cores we've been seeing through the years and compare it to DJ Moore and Keenan Allen potential. You know, we haven't seen them catch a pass yet. We don't know what it's going to look like. But if you just put them on paper, compared to the receivers we had in the past, to me, this got to be the best duo. You look at Brandon Marshall, Alshon Jeffrey. That was good. If I go back a little bit, I remember Curtis Conway and Jeff Graham. They put up some pretty good numbers. But if you look at the wide receivers we didn't have through the years, I don't think no one compares to the resumes of Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. What do you think about that?
Oh man, I definitely you asking me, man. I definitely think that I don't think we've had a wide receiver combo duo that could hold these guys jock straps. So with these two guys on the team, man, yeah, definitely hands down on paper, the best combination we've put together in quite some time. Maybe you have to whoever was next to Marty Booker when he did his thing that year. I don't know. I can't remember. You know, it might have been Curtis Conway too a season, but yeah, it's always been just one. Never had a big two, a big three. You know, Torrey Holden, Isaac Bruce type of situation. You know, I've been looking for something like that for a long time. So, you know, let's get it. Matter of fact, it's always been a big name and then a guy who couldn't fill up the other end of the bargain. Brandon Marshall, Devin Hester, you know, this current DJ Moore, Darnell Mooney, you know, so it's good to have two alphas.
Yeah. G Harris checking in on Facebook said the defense was is he talking about the old defense or the defense right now? But thank you for checking in, brother, on Facebook. It's a few things that I want to talk about regarding this move. And first of all, let me say, when I first seen the trade, for some reason, I immediately thought Justin Fields got another weapon. I don't know why my mind immediately went there, but it just came like, oh, Justin Fields got another weapon. And I know it's in limbo. Quarterback situation is in limbo, but that's the first initial thought that came to my mind. But a few things I want to talk about, man, because it's a lot of components to this, and I feel like I had time to digest it, look over it, what this mean, what it don't mean. And I came up with a few things. If we look at it from Keenan Allen perspective, he wanted a new contract. The Chargers wanted him to take a pay cut. He didn't want to do it. if you're Keenan Allen and you're trying to get a new contract, would you rather have a quarterback that's been in the league a few years already, or are you trying to get a new contract with a rookie quarterback? Because typically rookie quarterbacks don't do well the first year. We had an anomaly with C.J. Stroud this past year, but normally they take a season or two to catch on before they can get the ball to the receivers the way the receivers want it. So if I'm looking at it from Keenan Allen perspective, I'm thinking he want Justin Fields as a quarterback, and we already know DJ Moore want him as a quarterback. So what do you think about that part?
I think that as a veteran receiver, he probably went through the rookie situation with Justin Herbert over there in San Diego. So I can see him wanting a veteran quarterback to throw him the ball. But what both of these receivers have shown, it doesn't matter who throws them the ball, they're going to go out there and produce. So, but I think the preference would be someone like Justin Fields, who's at least done it on the professional level.
Yes, and I know Keenan Allen probably don't have no say so in this move, but I'm just looking at it from a mindset perspective. Like, yo, I'm trying to make money. I want a new contract. Hey, yo, give me somebody that's been in the league a couple years. Hey, can Caleb Williams come in and ball out? It's possible, but statistically, percentage-wise, they usually don't pan out like that. And I don't care who you are. I mean, even Peyton Manning struggled, and we know he was one of the best to do it. Mm-hmm. And so, I just look at it from that perspective. We got Everett Collins checking in on Facebook. We are just 1D in from running deep into the playoffs. Listen, that's the excitement that's going on right now, and I ain't mad at them for its excitement. But I would say pump the brakes just a little bit, because I was excited about last year's team when they got DJ Moore. I was looking at the division. I said, you know what? We can have the best quarterback in the division, or the second best quarterback in the division, and then pan out like that at all. But I get where you're coming from. I can see the potential. Montez Sweat came in, balled out. That was a proven trade that they got. If you get another one of those type of playmakers, you sign Jalen Johnson back. The defense played better down the stretch, and if we got weapons. So I get where you're coming from, but I would say pump the brakes, because we never know how everything is going to pan out. But are you that excited, Brian, to hear him say he 1D in away from running deep into the playoffs? Are you with that statement?
Man, look, forget the DN. Hey, when is the parade? Because I'm ready. I'm ready. I think I agree with that statement. The defensive end would definitely improve the odds, but as the team as it stands, you can't tell me that we're not on par with the Detroit and the Green Bay Packers in our division. I think our rosters are comparable. We showed that we could beat Detroit. We should have beat them twice. Green Bay has always been a thorn in our side, but we're gonna get over that hump. Minnesota, we fare good against them, so I see we can take the division, and we can. And the schedule looked a little soft. I seen somebody leak the schedule. It looked a little favorable, so I'm with my man. Playoff run, and if you really wanted to take another step, man, we were a 7. We went from a 2-3 win team to a 7-win team. So the growth, natural evolution. We should be a 10-11 win team at this point. You know what I mean?
Wins with a Super Bowl win, according to Brian. He said, "Where's the parade?" He said, "Where's the parade already?" The excitement is real. I like it. Black Butterfly Pod checking in says, "Now I can really kill cats on Madden." Yo, that's another thing, man. The Madden stuff is going to be real, bro.
It's going to be real. They loaded. On paper, they're loaded. You know what I mean? And I don't know what Keenan Allen is going to be. I don't know if he's going to, but he's never been a speed guy. It's always been a route technician. So I don't see any slippage in his play as long as he's healthy. Yes. And this opens up the possibilities for anything in the draft. What Ryan Poles has done has assembled a team of talented players and filled holes. So now when you come to the draft, you can probably really draft best player available instead of having to draft from a position of need. So that just opens it up, and we don't know what he's going to do. But I'm hoping Marvin Harrison can come in and learn from both these guys and carry the torch down the line. I think that still would be, let them cook for real. Let them cook. I'm with you on that butterfly ride for real.
Yo, everybody checking into the show, make sure y'all share the live so y'all people can see it. They can comment and we can post these comments up. Black Butterfly Pie says, let polls cook. I'm about to ask you about that in a second. Everett Collins says, we are going to win the division 2024. He's already calling the division. He's already calling. The excitement is real. But the question is, who's going to be the quarterback? That's the question. We got to, before we can win the division, we got to find out who the quarterback going to be. Because are you saying the Bears are going to win a quarterback with either quarterback? Are you saying that, or does it have to be a specific quarterback? I mean, we got to get past that part first. But before we get to some other, I'm gonna get to let polls cook. But before we get to that, I had a list of things I want to get to. This trade, can hold on. Everett Collins said Fields. He said with Fields the Bears will win the division. Okay. So with Fields they win the division. With Caleb Williams they do what? Give me a record. Put the record in the comments. I want to see what Caleb Williams, if he's the starting quarterback with these weapons, how many wins do the Bears get? And Brian said it's been a progression from 3-7. So let me ask you this, Brian, before I go on. The progression was significant, and now if they have Caleb Williams, is it still a progression or is it a regression?
That is the unknown. I don't know. If I had to use my eye and what I feel, I would say it would be a regression. We probably be a 7-10 season again. You know what I mean? It probably would. Yeah. It probably wouldn't be any better than what it was this current year. He's gotta learn those throws that he's making in the college game. We've seen Patrick Mahomes make those throws, but he has an A++ arm. You know, it's not just style. Like he really can throw the ball in windows that most men can't. So, but I've seen Justin Fields drop some balls in the NFL in windows that wow me, and I've seen receivers drop some of those balls as well. So I think Caleb, it's almost like starting over again if you put this rookie quarterback in it, unless he can be the outlier again. And what are the odds of lightning striking twice back-to-back years like that? You know what I mean? In any other year, I would love to ride with Caleb Williams. In any other situation in my Bears fandom, right. I would be jumping for joy. But right now, it's like, if we had the number 2 pick, would we even be talking about Caleb Williams right now?
That's facts. Once again, everyone who's checking in, y'all make sure y'all share the live so y'all people can see it. Post your comments. We will be addressing everyone's comment. That's how we get down on the Allen Powell Show. Everett Collins says, with Caleb Williams as a quarterback, 4-13. And listen, that's not something Chicago won't. You can't get us excited for these trades and moves, and then we go back to 4-13. We can't have that. It's Chicago. This is a big city. The third biggest city in the U.S. You got L.A., New York. The market. Chicago is a big market. We tired. We tired of seeing Green Bay. Their quarterback situation is great. You know, I've been tormented by Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and now it looks like Jordan Love is about to cook. So I want my Bears to finally get it right. So 4-13 says Everett Collins. I want to get to the rest of the things I want to talk about. I got C.J. Stroud down here as an example. He came in and cooked this year as a rookie quarterback, and the difference between C.J. Stroud's situation and the Bears situation is, to me, C.J. Stroud came in and did this with no big names. He didn't have no big name receivers like that when he came in. He cooked with what he had. And the Bears are setting Caleb Williams up, yes. But C.J. Stroud balled with no big. He didn't have no Keenan Allen. He didn't have no DJ Moore. These guys that came up, Nico Collins, I believe, one of the wide receivers. I didn't know who he was before he balled out this year. And so my question is, I've never seen a roster get put together like this for a rookie quarterback. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure that it's a good thing if Caleb Williams is a quarterback, but I don't know if it's automatically he's going to progress with this roster. What do you think about is CJ Stroud now an example for rookie quarterbacks coming into the league?
Yeah, he's a great example to look up to and strive for, but it's a hard act to follow. Not everybody can do what he did, and that's why it's so amazing. So, yeah, I think that's a great example, but you would hope to get draft every first round quarterback will turn out to be a CJ Stroud, but we know that that's not how it goes. So, yeah, hell of an example, but realistically, it probably won't happen. I think I want to say something about CJ Stroud. I don't know much about the young man, but I think that from what I've seen, he's smart, man, like intelligent brother. So
Yeah,
just how he dissects the game, I think is natural. I think even though we didn't know those names in Houston,
right.
I want to say like uh, Justin Fields toys that he had, like Darnell Mooney and Allen Robinson. I mean, he made Darnell Mooney 1,000-yard receiver. We didn't know that name before. Justin got to throw under that ball too. So I think that was just my correlation to Justin Fields and C.J. Stroud right there. May not
Uh,
have had the success, but
right.
put up some numbers.
A few more comments I want to get to. A couple of people from the Real Goat page says still need to shape up the O line though. That's facts. We do. We could. They did add a center. The Bears did add a center. I believe from the Rams. So that was a problem. Whitehair didn't work out. Then Lucas Patrick. He was terrible, and Whitehair kept hitting his butt when he hiked the ball. So we needed a center. He couldn't even get it past his butt. RJ Ewan on the same page said we do need an end, but what happened to Buddy that came to help DN? And I think you're talking about Montez Sweat. He was definitely a plus, and we just still need another dominant DN. You can never have enough pass rushers. Black Butterfly Paul says I'm a real fan. I want Justin with this team. But if it's Caleb, I'll accept it. Won't love it. For me, it's 17-0 with both QBs. Bear down. 17-0. That brother says he's about to take out the Dolphins record around here. Let's see. Got another comment. He says, and here is the thing, though. If Caleb Williams can't get better with this roster, then what would that say about him and that generational talk? You can't have growing pains with all this help. You can't. Listen, growing pains are inevitable. You cannot get past that. No matter what roster you got, it's going to be some growing pains because the college game and the NFL game is two different games. I remember one of the guys on Facebook was posting like, see, Justin Fields can play. Look, he was showing his Ohio State highlights. And brother had time all day. He was throwing to Chris Olave and other great receivers. And I'm looking like, bro, he's not getting that type of time in the NFL. And these cornerbacks that he's playing against is not NFL cornerbacks. And with the NFL, it's 32 teams, right? College, you got hundreds of teams. D1, D2s, Appalachian State. You don't know who he was playing with throwing these highlight passes. So I don't like people, playing those type of videos to show what Justin can do. I think Justin is talented, but he's not going to have that type of time in the NFL. It's just not going to happen. But the growing pains are going to happen. And if the Bears mess up on this, if they pick Caleb Williams and it don't work out, Ryan Post is probably going to lose his job. That's the bottom line because, the quarterback position is so important. If you mess up on a franchise quarterback, it sets you back some years. And you had twice to draft a quarterback. You passed the first time and you kept Justin Fields. Cool. But now you got another chance to pick your quarterback and you pick him and it's wrong. You're probably not going to survive that. I want to get to one of the quotes Mr. Ryan Poles had during this whole process of Justin Fields talk and things of that nature. He was asked about, if you trade Justin Fields, what would that look like and things of that nature. He said, whatever the case may be, I want to do right by Justin. And part of me thought of that quote today and saying like, well, doing right by Justin is kind of what you're doing now is getting him weapons. I know you probably didn't mean it like that. You mean he didn't want to live in a gray. You want to let him know if he's getting traded. You want to know where he's going. But how about do right by Justin by keep continuing to build the roster like you're building? That would be doing right by Justin as well. Is it possible that even though he meant it one way, it could turn out to be another way? Could he do right by Justin by what he's doing by getting these weapons around him?
I think so. I think that was what made that quote so dope is that you could take it any way you want to take it. But I think that it says a lot of what he's doing. I don't think you necessarily would do this for a rookie quarterback. And if you do this for a rookie quarterback and you didn't do it for Justin Fields, what kind of message did that still send out across the league that
Yeah,
you didn't want him to succeed in the first place?
right.
But so I'm if I had to bet my money on it, I would bet that he meant giving them the tools necessary to win here and win soon. You know what I mean? Because you got a payday coming. We got to decide if we're gonna pay you or not.
Well,
And
I would say this though. I know sometimes you can't do everything that you want to do when you first come in, and you want to put a team around them. But sometimes you got to tear the team down and build it back up. It seemed like it was a tear down when he first came in. They traded Roquan Smith, Robert Quinn. It was like a tear down of the defense for sure. And then then they started to build it back up. They got the free agent linebackers. They go get Montez Sweat. You trade for DJ Moore. It was like a tear down. So it's like Justin Fields got caught up in the process of Ryan Poles trying to build the organization. And is it fair? No. But at the same time, sometimes you cannot choose where you position that. And it just so happened Justin Fields got positioned where Ryan Poles was coming in to a situation. He didn't pick Justin Fields. He came in into Justin Fields. So he coming in, Ryan Poles is coming in and say, okay, I see the situation. I know we got Justin Fields, but I got to tear this thing down because I don't like the structure of this, and then I got to build it back up. And so Caleb Williams might just be the recipient of now they building it back up. You know what I mean? And it ain't fair. It ain't fair to Justin Fields. It's not fair, but it's life. Life is not fair. You got to roll with the punches sometimes. If he does get traded, I pray that he get put in a good situation where he can actually show what he can do. You know what I mean? But also I want to talk about this. To me, Ryan Poles is playing chess right now. He's playing chess. Nobody knows what he's gonna do. Nobody knows. This is how I feel. On previous shows, I said past history says they're going to trade Justin Fields, draft Caleb Williams because of the money aspect, because it's a GM who didn't pick Justin Fields. He can pick his own quarterback. But now that they're making these moves, I don't know. Now I really don't know. But at the same time, even though I don't know, I'm okay with not knowing because that means he's keeping everybody on their toes. If we can't figure out what's going on, that means he's keeping everybody on their toes. Everybody's been quiet. Everybody think they know what's going on, but nobody really know what's going on. They really don't know what Ryan Poles is going to do. How do you feel about the way Ryan Poles is navigating this offseason in the draft stage?
Man, like a genius. I heard another the Pat McAfee show. Not to drop any other names, but they called him Big Pole Poles. That's how he moving through this offseason, man. He's swinging. I really like it. I mean, but it's consistent to what he's been doing after the teardown.
Yeah,
He gets 5-star blue chip type of players. When you look around this roster that he's built right now, there are names that may not be household names, but they was big dogs on campus when they come from. And now you putting all this stuff in one pot. I think it's lovely. I've never seen anybody do this. Never seen anybody do this. We've seen Jerry Angelo, Ryan Pace. They always tried to paint over it. Nobody would have had the courage to come in here and tear it down and
yeah,
build it back up from the studs. And he did it. If he turns this first round pick into something, even if he turns it into Caleb Williams, it's still one first round pick got you several different starters on your roster. It's unbelievable. So it's not even just this offseason, it's the one before this one as well. And I'm just a fan, man. And whether Caleb Williams is drafted and he succeeds or fails, or Justin Fields, they stay with him and he succeeds or fails, I think Ryan Poles has done enough to show you that this is the type of guy you want in charge of your franchise.
I like it. Damian White says definitely called him that. Big pole Poles. Look, y'all gotta say pause when y'all say stuff like that.
Pause, for real.
Y'all
I
ain't
forgot.
seen Ron. It is what it is. Shout out to the It Is What It Is show with Cameron and Mace. You gotta say pause when you say stuff like that. Yo, I want to talk about something else too, bro. Ryan Poles. We got to remember. I had a conversation. Everybody was at work, asked me, "Well, what we gonna do? What the Bears gonna do? What the Bears gonna do?" And I said, "You know what? Ryan Poles came from Kansas City, and if we remember what Kansas City did, and everybody keeps saying Caleb Williams could, well, not everybody, but a lot of people says he can be the next Patrick Mahomes, or comparing him to Patrick Mahomes. If you go back to the Kansas City situation, Patrick Mahomes didn't play the first year. Alex Smith was the quarterback. And now, Justin Fields isn't Alex Smith. You know, Alex Smith was a veteran in the league, played for multiple years at that point, probably over 10 years at that time. But Justin Fields has experience now. He has at least 3 years in. And so, I mean, is it far-fetched to say that they can actually draft Caleb Williams and let him sit for a year at least? And I said this, why not? Listen, if you look at Green Bay situation, and it pains me to say this, I hate it. The example that they, the pedigree of the structure that they put in regarding quarterbacks has worked. Brett Favre was the quarterback. Aaron Rodgers sit 3 years, first ballot Hall of Famer. Aaron Rodgers, quarterback. Jordan Love get drafted. It was a little friction. Aaron Rodgers didn't particularly like it, but it is what it is. He sat for 2-3 years, and if you look at the way he was balling at the end of last year, he looked like a black Aaron Rodgers. Let's just talk about it. And I believe he's going to ball out this year, and then and it works again for Green Bay. I think he's going to be a good quarterback again. And so I just look at it. Why not the Bears do something different for a change? Don't just throw the quarterback into the fire at the beginning if you don't have to. Why not let him sit? Listen, it would only cost the Bears $28 million for Justin Fields and Caleb Williams together. Justin Fields, $25 million. Caleb Williams, $3 million on a rookie deal. $28 million for the quarterback position. Whoop-de-doo. It's many of other quarterbacks that's making way more than that in their current situation. And people, and I know we talked about this on the show. You said the locker room be divided, this, that, and the other. Possibly. It's possible it could happen. But if you got a great head coach that can navigate the locker room, you come to both of them like men, like, hey, this is the situation. Justin, you're gonna be the starting quarterback. You got a chance to raise your stock, ball out and possibly raise your stock for a contract or a better situation next year. Or you can just say, hey, y'all gonna battle it out for the starting quarterback position. Either way, why can't the coach just come like that and come to them as men and do it like that? Like, what do you think about that?
I think it can be done, but the difficulty in what that would take is like you use Green Bay as an example, right? So you
Yes.
have Brett Favre, who's a Hall of Famer, and then you draft Aaron Rodgers. So now he's sitting and he's watching one of the greatest of all time do it, right? So now he comes and he gonna put what he see Brock do, and then he put his sauce on it. So now they draft Jordan Love. Jordan Love is getting some of Brett Favre and some of Aaron Rodgers because that is the continuation. So now when you come to Chicago and you say what Justin is still learning himself, he's still developing himself. So you have two guys trying to learn a new offense at the same time. I don't know, I mean, can it be done? Yes, but I think if you go with one way or the other, you should go firmly in that direction. If you were going to try to have a bridge quarterback, then we should have been in on the Russell Wilson of the world. I don't know, I don't want to go as high as Kirk Cousins, but Russell Wilson. Maybe try to get Geno Smith out of Seattle, but to have a young 25-year-old quarterback with a number one pick, and they both still learning. I think that's going to be hard on the job. You know what I mean? I think that'll be a little hard.
That you make a lot of good points. You make a lot of sense. Especially about the new offense. That's a great point. It's two quarterbacks, and we know Justin, like you say, he's still learning the league himself, and now he has to learn another offense as well. So that's definitely a valid point. But I just look at it from Ryan Poles coming from Kansas City and the Patrick Mahomes comparison. And I just thought about he didn't play the first year. So Go ahead.
Now, I also want to say something about that. I think that was also, man, it was a different situation. You talking about the Chiefs who they didn't move up to the number one pick to get Patrick Mahomes. Remember, Patrick Mahomes was like the 14th, 13th pick in the draft. So, it was a different type of move. It was almost like a win-win, for them. For us, it probably wouldn't be a win-win when we could really put a body on the field with that pick, at any position, defensive end, wide receiver, left tackle. You can get a starter for the next 10 years, especially when you got a young guy who still you got to believe there's potential in him to get better, especially with this guy who we got from Seattle who showed you what he can do with the Geno Smith guy in Seattle. I'm kind of reaching, but I think it was just a different circumstance. They had the luxury to get Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if this team has the luxury to get Caleb Williams. Even with all the additions this offseason. Yeah, that's it though.
Okay. Well, listen, we're not going to be before the people on this day. This was an impromptu Allen Powell show, but we had to discuss the trade and what this means for the quarterback situation for the Bears. But I'm gonna give the final time. Well, not the final time, but the current right now with this move being made. Who is the Chicago Bears quarterback for 2024 after this move?
Justin Fields, man. I gotta stick with the kid. I gotta stick with him. Justin Fields, man. QB1. QB1.
Justin Fields is the quarterback according to Brian. And I'm going to agree with you. I think Ryan Poles is going to do something different. I don't know if he's going to draft Caleb Williams. I don't know if he's going to trade Caleb Williams or the number one overall pick. But either way, Justin Fields will be the quarterback for the Chicago Bears in 2024. So that's it. That's all, folks. We just wanted to come with y'all for a second. Hold on. We got a comment. Smitty on YouTube says, "What up, fam?" Okay, what up? Check it in on YouTube. Thank you for checking us out, brother. If you feel like it, tell us who's going to be the quarterback for the Chicago Bears after this trade of Keenan Allen. Who will be the quarterback for the Chicago Bears 2024? Other than that, we are about to get up out of here. Don't have a come to church scripture because this is impromptu. I wasn't prepared for one today. But also, remember, send stars to the show to support the show. Subscribe to the YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, IG, and TikTok. And merch is always available for that. Smitty says Caleb Williams will be the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. So two say Justin Fields, one say Caleb, and we will see what happens. Other than that, we will catch y'all Tuesday unless some more news break. We out of here.
We lock and load, Allen Powell.